We're learning new details on the Meade County standoff that led to the arrest of one man. 27-year-old Sean Jamison is in custody facing several felony charges. The deputy discovered a vehicle parked against a brush line on Colony Road in Normanna Monday night. As the deputy approached, he discovered Jamison standing in front of the vehicle with a gun. Investigators say Jamison yelled that he was armed before shooting at the deputy. Backup arrived shortly after, and Jamison dove into a nearby brush area and shot several times at deputies. Jamison was then located before turning the gun to himself. Negotiations took place for roughly 4 hours. A Karnes County SWAT team assisted the officers. The Round Rock man was then disarmed and taken into custody. Jamison faces 4 counts of aggravated assault on a public servant, in addition to other charges. Deputies discovered a large amount of methamphetamine and other narcotics in the vehicle.